Hi, my name is Derek, and welcome to another edition of UINC Tips. Today we're going to be talking about image and change, primarily as it relates to changing clothes and our image, how we present ourselves. Okay, so this is cool for if we're outside, you're on the weekend or what have you. You have your nice fitted on. If you want to rock it to the back or whatever, that's cool. But if you're going into the workforce and as you're making the transition from the street to the workforce, you need to carry yourself and present the right image and change clothes. Starting off first with your slacks, with your trousers, with your pants. Everybody's got a hip bone, and it's usually I would say about right here. You know where your hip bone is at, right? So you want to measure your waist and make sure you buy your slacks, your trousers, your pants to make sure that they rest about right there on your hip bone, right? And get it so it goes down to your, it falls nicely on your shoes, okay? And if you need to get it adjusted, it's really, you're kind of in between, not at 33 and not quite at 34, whatever the case is, take it to a tailor, Back in the day, I used to straight leg pants, the cleaners was charging $7, I was charging $3.50, and that was my little hustle back in the day. I learned how to sew. So you can take this, sew it up. That way it fits nice and it's a nice fitted look. Okay. So now you're ready to get dressed. By now you should know how to iron a shirt. If not, oh man, you can save yourself some money. You wash your shirt, you throw it in the washing machine. I wouldn't suggest drying it. I would suggest air drying it, let it kind of hang out, to freshen up the house. And it'll preserve the length of your shirt. These things right here you don't throw away. These are your collar stays. What you want to do is I put them in my shirt now, before you put it on, and it helps keep the collar in place. All right, you put it on, and you go shopping for a shirt. You want to make sure that you get a shirt that fits your neck size. So if you don't know your neck size, you get it measured. My neck size is a 15.5, and there are two sizes, two numbers that are going to be back, three numbers that's going to be back there in the collar of your shirt. The 15 is the neck size, and the other one is your shirt size. Okay, the length here. So it usually comes like mine's is 34, 35, and so you should measure it from your shoulder to about your wrist bone. And this shirt right here, just for instrument, just to show you, this shirt is a 17, and this is one of my pet peeves, especially when people come in or you see them on a train. I'm fashion. I'm not a fashion cop, but I'm just conscious of these things because it was sort of drilled in my head as a young boy growing up. My Uncle Carlisle would tell me, you got a belt buckle. Make sure your belt buckle and your fly in your pants is aligned, and then these buttons here should be aligned with that. And it's like, what does that mean to me as a kid? But I remember it to this day. All right, so you make sure all your buttons are buttoned, and you tuck your shirt in. Okay. Go all around, get your shirt in. Okay. Make sure it lays nicely. And then I typically like to make sure that it's down. That way it's not hanging out. I do it in the front also. I just want to make sure that it looks neat. All right, and make sure this is aligned. Make sure it's buttoned up. Make sure you zip up your trousers when you come out of the bathroom. You don't want to be walking around with your fly open. That would not be a good look at all. You should know how to tie a tie. We're going to do an episode on how to tie a tie. So I flip this on, and then you bring the bottom of it, make sure it's aligned. You have a seam back here. Make sure your tie rests in there. Okay, align your tie. In the back, you should have a flip, so you can insert your, it's got your label back there. But it's basically so you can insert the shorter half of your tie, and that way it keeps it in place. And it should be aligned, with, like I said, with the fly on the buttons on your shirt, and your belt buckle, and the fly on your pants. All right, flip that over. Make sure it's underneath that, the tie is underneath the seam. Okay, and see what I'm talking about here? You see all that space? All that's too much space, and that looks that's not a good look. And then when you go to tie your tie, it's not you're swimming. You look like a turtle. You don't want to look like a turtle. You know, you're a gentleman, so you want to put it up proper. You throw on your jacket, and that's it. Okay. If you have on a 3-button jacket, you typically button the first 2. And see how you don't see any of this? Where's the shirt? So the shirt, if it's not the correct length, you don't see the shirt, and it doesn't look like. All right, this looks a lot better, but as soon as I put my arms down, it goes back. So you want to make sure you have the correct length, and the 2 buttons are buttoned there, and you're good to go. A pocket square really, it really steps up your game, and it's just a more of a professional, an executive appearance. Okay, this pocket right here is not for pens. It's not for anything. It's not for your pocket protector. Don't even stick anything in there. Because the worst thing you want to do is stick a pen or something in there, and then it leaks out. Now you've got a big stain here. Screaming at your customers, and now what are you going to do in the middle of the day? Tied, shouted out is not going to get it out. Okay, so don't put anything in this pocket here. All right, and your waistband, it's not for, you're not Batman. So this is not for you to have, your all these accessories up here. That's Batman. We got 4 phones here. That just looks bizarre. All right, so you get your phone, what have you, and you put your phone in your pocket. Okay. And that's it. Keep it on vibrate. All right? And there you go. And you're set for the day.